Okay, we're just getting everything sorted. Welcome to the part of the video where I make sure everything's working okay. Let's try the chat as well. Make sure everything is plugged in and working. See if that chat comes up. And then we'll test this out, make sure that's working too. Chat is working, that's good. Are we working? Are we live? We are. Fantastic. Okey-dokes. Great, right, I'll make a start then. Hi, I'm Chris, and this is my game Realm of the Empress. It's a single-player fantasy adventure board game where you explore a large open area, in this case Port Ovis, do quests, learn and upgrade a variety of skills, and buy weapons and armour and upgrade those to progress your character. There's also a main story that takes place in your dreams and hopefully should act as a hook to keep you wanting to play more and find out what happens. In this series I'll be doing a full playthrough of the whole game. Each video should be about an hour long, and the last playthrough I did was about 60 hours, so it should be quite a long series. I'm streaming Monday to Thursday 7 PM UK time every week for the next few months, so feel free to leave a comment in any of the videos, or if you catch a live stream, write something in the chat. I'm trying to get as much feedback as possible, that's why I'm doing this. So a brief recap, at the beginning of the game you can pick one of 7 different species to play as. Each have a combat and a skill bonus with their own set of pros and cons. I've chosen the Fallen Fae here, and they've got a lower health, but they've got a good combat bonus, and they start with sneaking as a skill. Normally you'd have to do a quest to sort of unlock a skill and then level it up afterwards, so we start with that at the very beginning, which is helpful. We've got 7 quests going on at the moment here, so I tracked them all in this little tray that I've made. There are 26 quests, so A to Z, and then numbered 1 to whatever, depending on how long they are. So due to the open nature of the game, you can have as many quests as you'd like going on at the same time, but this tray keeps track of 10 at once. Good to have a bit of a limit, I think, to that. Also in the tray we've got where we left off last stream, so we've got the map card we were on and our character marker, which is a 12-sided die. We've done 7 steps so far. I'll just show you quickly what a map card looks like. It's a mini card. The number of the map card is in the top left, so in this case 122, and then we've got numbers for moving north, east, south and west. You can't move diagonally in the game. There's also a night side on the back. We've done a bit of exploration of night last stream, so I'll just put that down there. So I've got I'll carry on with that in a minute. We've also got a player tray here. So in the top left we've got our equipment. We're using 1/2-inch square chits to keep to have all our inventory kept to keep track of everything. Most of them are 1/2-inch square, but some of them are a bit longer or a bit different size. So the pickaxe and axe here, they are 2 squares long, and then we've got an old fishing rod here which is just 1/2 a square wide and 2 long. So there is a bit of an inventory management. We've got a pouch here which is the only thing you can access during combat, so you want to keep food here as that's how you regenerate health for the most part. We've also got our quest items. We've got a few quest items going at the moment. We've got a dream deck, so every time you sleep you have a chance to dream, and that is kind of a cryptid thing where hopefully more and more is revealed as you play, and like I said, should be a hook to keep you wanting to play more. We've also done a quest to unlock the inventory, so we have a room at the inn that we have now paid for. It costs 50 gold, so you have to pay that at the end of the first week. We're only on day 4 at the moment. I'll show you the tracker in a minute. And we get to sleep in a bed, which means you get a chance to dream. If you're not sleeping in a bed, then you don't get a chance to dream. And also, if you are wild sleeping, you have a chance to be attacked during the night. So it's a safe place to sleep, and you get this extra inventory space where you can stack certain things. There's a skiff storage as well, that's much later on. There's a weather system, it's either going to be okay or raining, and that'll affect the kind of animals that come out in the woods at night. They won't come out during the day or night when it's raining. And we've also got a map here, Merwin's map. She's the innkeeper. She drew this as part of the quest, and I've got a special spot for it because it's the only map of the area, so we can get an idea of which way to go. Yeah, so that's the recap. Yeah, I'll just show you the trackers. We keep track of the time, so every 12 steps is 1/2 hour, and that's tracked in the top left. We've got day and night. We've got a morality system. You can lose morality by doing things like stealing or intimidating people. The more morality you lose, the more severe the consequence, like not being able to get items from a shop or talk to other characters. The only way to get morality back up again is by doing quests, and they can run out, so you do have to be a bit conscious of how many quests you've got left and where your morality is. We've got a skills tracker, and we've got the day of the week and the week of the month and month of the year, just because there was space for that really. We've got a section for all the armour at the bottom. We've got a full set of leather now, so I need to add the body and legs to that, all at leather 1. So we'll do that first. I've got my fancy coloured pins here. This is my system at the moment for keeping track of things. Nothing's finalised in this game, of course, but this at least means nothing moves around in between games. So we have now got boar hide, leather, legs and body. So we are fully equipped with boar hide leather, and that means that we get a combat bonus of poison duration. We don't have any poisons yet, you have to make them yourself and then you can use them. Hopefully we'll get into that later on. So the other thing we did last stream is we bought an oak shield. There are 3 types of shield you can get. We've got a boar hide buckler that just blocks for 4, and there are only blocking options, that's the cheapest option. Or we could afford an oak shield. So if I bring this up, hopefully we can see. There are 5 cards in this, and most of them are just blocks, but there is also a shield bash which does the same blocks of 6, but then also stuns the enemy for 1 turn, which means the enemy can't do anything for that turn, which can be very helpful. So in the top left of the block you might see there it says starter. So every weapon, including shields, has a starter deck that is noted on the cards. There's also an iron shield that does the same as the oak shield, but it blocks for 8 instead of 6, and it still has the shield bash. So we're not going to use those 2 because we bought the oak shield, so let's put those away. So here's our weapon deck at the moment. It is a short sword, a bronze short sword. So we've got 2 stabs, well no, we've got I think a few more. We've got quite a few stabs. We've got 3, I think, 4 stabs maybe. Parry, swing, 3 parry, 4 stabs, yeah. 4 misses, 2 swings, 2 parries. So what we can do is you can only have 12 cards in total in a starter deck, and then you buy each card individually to build your deck up to a maximum of 24. So you could have more, I could pay for more parries for example, or more hits if I just went with the broadsword, the short sword, but because I'm adding the oak shield, we have to swap out a couple of cards. So I can only use the 2 from the starting deck. So we've got 2 blocks of 6, so we have to think which cards to take out. So we've got 2 swings, 2 parries. So the parries block for 2 and do 2 damage. The swings do hit for 3, and then we have to keep the 4 misses in. You always have the 4 misses, but the idea is that they become less common when you build up your deck. So the more cards you have, the less likely you'll pick up the miss cards. But it's obviously it's obviously quite random what you get anyway, so you shuffle them up at the beginning. So I'll probably get rid of 2 stabs and put in the 2 block cards. So on the back they all say weapons, so you don't know which one is which when you have them. So the stabs are the same as parries, but worse because they don't block anything. So I think having more block is useful. So we're swapping out those two for these two, and then we're going to hopefully make sure these misses are not all jumbled up together, because sometimes they can get jumbled up together and you don't want loads of misses in a go. So there we've got 12 cards in our starting deck, and we've added 2 blocks from our oak shield, so we should be pretty good there with that one now. So I'll just pop those away. Okay, so we're in the middle of a quest at the moment. We are at the wood shop. We are going to make our way, I think, over to the tanners. Yes. So we're just looking at this map at the moment, this quest at the moment. So we're on quest J2. We're at the wood shop. Rodrin. We've just given him a supply of sheets from the tailor. I think actually the tailor. Yeah. And he says, "Many thanks, traveller. Would you do me a favour and take this back to Zilchek? He's the tailor. It's a bit of a speciality of mine. It's a puzzle box. He's a big fan of them, you see. Tell you, but it's hard work making new ones that'll trick him. He's a man of the world. Seen a fair few interesting things, I'll bet." So we lost quest item J1, which was the sheets bundle, and we've taken quest item J2. Quest item J2 is Rodrin's puzzle box. So I'll show you what that looks like. So it's like a wooden little box that you can sort of twist and turn and unlock something. So we're taking that back to the tailors. That's what we're doing at the moment. So we want to go east. I'm looking at Marin's map to kind of figure out which way to go. In this game, if you follow paths, they'll always lead to buildings, and inside the buildings are always characters that are part of the quest. So if you ever get a bit lost, you can always try to find a path and then find some people and carry on from there. So here's our map box. There are over 300 cards in here, and they're all grouped into 50s. So we want map card 123 to go further east. So let's take that. So we look in the top left corner for the card, and they're all in order. You want to keep them in order as best as you can. And there we go, 1, 2, 3. So we're going to follow this path up a little bit. Let's put it over a little bit more as well. Okay, then we want 118 to go north a little bit. There we go. And then we want to go east 17. So going east to west or west to east is always going to be sequentially going up or down in the numbers. So this is 118, 117, and then 16, and then 15. Then we have to go north a little bit from there, so we want 66. So we take the new 66 from here. So we go north 66 up, and then 67. Yeah, and 68. Okay, 68 we can go down. So in this game you can't swim, you can't go up and down cliff edges, and bushes are barriers here. So I'll quickly show you this map card. So this one's got a kind of set of stone stairs built into the rock, so we can go up and down this cliff edge. You can see in the bottom right there's a big bush there, so if that were to be covering up that whole right side, the east side, we wouldn't be able to cross at all. So we can go east or south from here, but we are trying to get to the tailors, so we want to go south to 113 and then east, I think. So 113, we've got a node for doing foraging, but we're not going to do that right now. And then we're going to go 112, and then we'll go down to 129. Okay, now we're on the path, so 130. And we're going to go along. There is the pub, And then we continue going along. I'm going to have to swap around here. We'll see if we can. I'm not entirely sure which one it is. It might be 105, might be 104. Let's put both of those down. A bit difficult to see on there. We'll cross the whole map almost here. So we want to move our character next then. So we're keeping track of our steps. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. So if we just pause there, we're going to go down half an hour on our tracker. And continue 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. Let's go up 105. And it's another half hour on our tracker. It's taken us an hour to walk all the way across there. Let's see if we're at the tailors. I think 105 is the tailor. I think 105. We'll see which one that is. I think it might not be. I think that might be the tanners. We will check it out. So when you land on a map card with a building, you take the building's deck, which has a bunch of numbers on the top, and then you just match it to the map card. So if we're looking at 105, there's 105, and that's actually the bakery. So we need to go a fair bit further on from the bakery. So I'm going to have to move these map cards across a little bit more. This can be what happens in this game. So we'll try to move it. We are going quite far across. So we'll just make a bit more space if we can. It does fit on my table, but unfortunately the camera isn't high enough to fit everything in shot, but hopefully we can get across a little bit more. Otherwise we just have to put some map cards away. Okay. So from here we actually did one more, so 1, 2, 3, 4 steps in total actually. So we're going to go across there to 104. So we've got bakery, shop and then tailor. So we want 3 houses. So that's 2, and we're going to go one more to 103. And that should be where we need to go. So 4, 5, 6 steps. Okay, so then we go back to our buildings deck and we look for 103. Bring that up. 103. There it is. And it is the tailors. Good. That's what we're after. So I'll show you what the building looks like. So this is mainly for sneaking and stealing. You use the grid to move around and try to get behind characters to sneak to steal from them. So we've got Zilchek and Taneb in here, and then the other letters signify things you can steal from. So we've got drawers, D for drawers, T for table, C for cabinet, that kind of thing, and they've each got their own things you can steal from. So Zilchek is the guy we want to talk to. So once we have got to our buildings deck, we know who's in the building, we then go to our characters deck, which is all the characters in the game. So we know which characters we want to interact with. So we're going to try to find Zilchek. There he is. So you should have J3 on here. So all the characters have the same information. They've got their names in the top left, and then the quests at the bottom they're a part of. So J1, J3, J4, J6, J7. You can only start a quest from number 1. They've all got an intimidation level and a sneak level and an amount of gold on them. The coloured in boxes on the right are for the persuasion skill. You match up as many boxes as you can to try to get half price on different items in the shop, which is usually on the back of the card, and split into 3 different categories of cheap things to expensive things. So he has got J3, so that's good. So we take our quest J, we'll take all of it out of our tray, and we'll go to J3 and just put the other J2 underneath the deck. So we'll read what quest J3 says. Sealcheck says, "Ah, now there's a thing. Wonderful. It's been a long while since his last one. I think he's been taking his time with this. It looks to be a truly compelling example. Such craftsmanship. Thank you, traveller. Your payment for the delivery and your return with this remarkable device. Feel free to return in a few days you can see if I've cracked the code. So lose quest item J2, reward of 10 gold, and then it says at the bottom, wait 3 days, then take J4, and there are some squares that we can tick off or mark off with a pencil. So we lose quest item J2, so that is Rodrin's puzzle box. Zilchek is going to have a go at it, and if in 3 days he hasn't done it, we'll see what happens. So Zilchek can go back, and we'll put quest 3 there. This counts as the first day, so we can tick that off after the first day. So that means it will be done, we'll be on day 4, so 5, 6. So on the 7th day, I guess. So that's that. 10 gold. Right, so we use real coins at the moment for the gold. These are sort of Chinese fortune coins. They're very satisfying, I find, to use, and we've got a real coin purse. At the moment, we've only got not very much in at all, 6 gold in. So we'll take 10, and that will make us feel a bit better. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now we've got 16 gold. The reason we're so empty is because we just paid off the inn, which was 50 gold, and then we bought some armour and the oak shield. So I also have a tracker for the gold, just so you can quickly check how much you've got, as well as have the satisfaction of the coins. So we're now on 16. There's also a tracker for how much health we've got. We've got 31 at the moment, and then if we get into combat, we've got an enemy tracker here to go as well. Okay, so now we've got to wait 3 days for that quest, so we can think of maybe something else to do. Now we've got another quest that says to go up to the beekeeper, so we could go up to the beekeeper, and another quest to go up to the stables. So I think we might have just enough space up here to do some of those things. So I think we might even have, if we can get up here and go along, I think we can do that. So we're going to go all the way back. We might pick up a quest from the pub as well. I think there's one. We haven't gone into the pub yet and picked up any quests, so let's do that first. So first of all, do we need to do anything at the inn? No. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. So another half hour has been used up. That's okay, we got plenty of time left. So going to go to the inn, the pub. It's 131. So we go to the buildings, and we go to 131. So there can be more than one card for one building, which I'll show you now. So it can be because there are different floors, usually for that, or in this case, the 2 cards make up a bigger image. So we've got the pub here is called the Old Lamb, and then the 2 cards go together to make for a bigger space. So in here we've got Alan and Isabel, who are the landlord and landlady. Then we've got Nuth, which is the Welsh name, it looks like Nud, and we've got Lily and John as well. So I'm taking inspiration from the Welsh countryside, that's why it's sort of taking some Welsh names as well. So with Nuth we did a quest before, where we've learnt intimidation, and if we bring him 3 fish, he'll teach us a gambling sort of poker style game that we can learn, and then we can gamble some money and maybe get extra money from it. But we won't do that just yet because fishing takes quite a long time, and we want to make sure we've got 50 gold for the beginning of next week. So we've still got 3 days after this, so we've got plenty of time. Right, so we're going to have a look at Alan. Oh, here we are. We're going to take on a quest from Alan. That's what we're going to do. So you can choose when you play in this game which kind of quests you want to take on. If you want to take sort of the big ones on, or just some little ones to begin with. You can tell by how thick the quest is, how many cards there are for each quest. So Alan, I'll show you what it looks like. He's got mainly quest H with him. He's got H1 and he's part of quest Q, but he doesn't start until Q7, so we can't do anything with that yet. So I'm going to take H1 from him, and H is quite a long quest, but I think it's something we can do now. Usually the long quests will have little barriers in them in the middle of the quest that you have to sort of get through. So it could be a combat barrier where if you don't kill this monster, then you won't be able to progress on the quest. And there are also intimidation levels. But we are intimidation level 1, so I think that is the quest blocker for this one. But let's have a look. So we take H1 and we'll see. I'll put it next to Alan and we can see what he has to say. So there we go. So Alan says, "Ah, a newcomer. Welcome, traveller. Am I looking for work?" No, I'm not the adventuring type." "Oh, you're looking for work. Ha! Well, not at the tavern, I'm afraid, but you've the timing of Lady Luck herself. My wife's lost her necklace, can't find it anywhere. Would you be interested in solving the mystery, gather information from the locals, that sort of thing? It's silver. Got it for her myself from a merchant not 2 years past. Has an anchor and a heart pendant. Much obliged, traveller." Right, so we've got a missing necklace. So what we can do with H is then chat to some of the other people at the pub and see if they've got any quests with H on them. So his wife is Isabel. We've got Nud. Nud doesn't have any H on him, I can see that. And Lily was there as Isabel. Isabel doesn't have any H on her. Oh, she does. She has H2, yes. And John doesn't have any H, and Lily also doesn't. So it's only Isabel who is part of this quest in the pub. So she says something. Let's have a look at what she says. So here's Isabel. She's got H2, so we read that. "Hello, traveller. How may I help?" "Oh, my necklace. Yes, I'm afraid I can't be of much use to you. You see, I must have placed it down somewhere and now it's gone. I feel so foolish about it all, but I would ever so much like it returned. There will, of course, be a reward for it." So fantastic. So that hasn't helped us very much. What we need to do is find someone with H3. So what we can do is go around the town looking for people with H3. We'll put this in our quest tray so we can track it. Take that up and we'll put the whole quest of H in there. There we go. So now we've started that one, what we could do is we know where the farm is up here, we know where the shops are over there, so I think we can come back to that. And what I would like to do is finish off a bit more of some other quests. So I want to go up to the sort of farms are there. I think stables are around here somewhere. I want to try to get to the stables. We're going to need that in a minute. I'm going to try to get to the stables, and we need to give something from our quest items. We've got a few different quest items here. We've got a brush order and a beeswax order, so we need to do those two things. There's also another quest going on, which is tea. If anyone's got any tea on them, tea quests, that'd be useful. Did Isabel or Alan not part of tea? Let's have a little look to see if Nard is not part of T either. No, we did John's one who started it with T1. Yes, we don't know about anything else. So let's try to find the stables. So we're going to go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 steps to there. And then I think we want to go north. We're going to try to follow this path up, yeah. So we want 54. So we look at 54. I think we go along, yes, 55. And then 56. Perfect. Not so far. Ah, okay, I thought it was further away than that. That's good. So I'll show you what the stables looks like. So we got a house and sort of stables next to it and a area of some horses. You can see one horse there at the top right. So we'll go there and we'll have a look who's at the stables. So 8, 9, 10, 11 steps. So we want building card 56. We've got 2 for 56. So let's have a look. Yeah, we've got the stable house and the stables. So we've got 2 cards there. So stable house, we've got Abath, and the stables is Will. So those are the 2 characters. And again, there are some things you can steal from if you wanted to do that. So I'm pretty sure in the quest they said Abath. Let's double check that. Let's have a look at the quest. Here's quest U. Take this up to Abath with my thanks. Okay, so we want Abath first. Let's see. Abath. And then we'll put those over there. So let's try to find Abath and Will. They're probably going to be a bit further back. There's Will. There's Abath. Okay. So Abath first. So he should have U2, which he does. So we'll flip that one over and we'll have a read. We'll see what Abath has to say. I did wonder how long that old order would last. Have a little bet with my son about it. Order's always ready for him, just in case. Here you are then. Lose quest item U1 and take quest item U2. Quite straightforward. He's also part of V quest, V5, so it's not something we can start. I'll just show you Will, his lad. He doesn't have any quests we can start with. He's Q3 and X3. So not much we can do there. With Will can go back. Abath can go back. Neither of them have shops either. So we want to lose quest item U1, which is our brush order. So I'll put that there. Maybe you can see brush order U1. So what we'll do is we'll put that at the back of our quest items, and we want to find U2, which should be in order. There's U2. Okay, so then here's our new thing, our new quest item, brush package. Okay, so we put that in our quest items. We put that into our quest items section up here. I'm going to actually put it underneath our beeswax order, or above the glove lace, because that's still part of a mystery I haven't figured out yet. We want to do the beeswax order next, that's why I'm keeping that up there. Right, so U2, we've got that. So what we need to do is take that back to the tanner. Yes. So let's get rid of the stables building cards. The building's back. actually, yeah, again, we're going to need those out probably because we want to find the beekeeper. The beekeeper is up here, hopefully not too far. So we go 12:1, and that's a half hour. And then we want to go east to 53. Okay, there's a little path going up here. I think there's only one more level up. 8. Ooh, I think that's exactly where we want to be. If I remember correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. Yes, perfect. Oh, can we go up there? Yeah, we can. There's a little space. But we can go up there. Then we'd actually have to go 7 and then 8. That's okay though. So time, I wanted there to be a system of time, of night and day, if different things happening, but I didn't want there to be any kind of need to rush or feel any kind of anxiety about missing out on anything, you know. So it's a very, I guess, casual game in that sense. It's just a one-player game. You're not playing against anyone anyway, so it doesn't make sense to have things time-gated and that kind of thing. So moving around the map doesn't take up a lot of time. But then once you start doing skills, earning gold, because obviously that's the main mechanic in the game, earning gold, spending it and leveling up. Once you start trying to do that, it does take up more time. And the only effect that really has is when you're paying off the innkeeper 50 gold every week. You just need to make sure you've got that. So 2, 3, 4, 5 is what we did. And we're at the beekeeper. So it's number 8, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so here we go. Beekeeper is called Ghetto. Ghetto's house. And it's just him in there. So let's have a little chat with Ghetto and see what he has to say. So again, we find him in the character deck. I think he'll be quite near the back because we haven't used him. There he is. So, what are we looking for? Quest M it is. So he should have quest M2, which he does. He also has quest M3 and M4. So let's have a quick look. Here's Ghetto. So what does he have to say? Nice to see a new face around here. Finding yourself some work? Ah, an order from Eli, is it? My, well, I'm a bit low in stock at the minute. Care for a little adventure? Of course. I need some honeydew flowers for my bees, you see. The flowers like the salty sea breeze and can only be found down by the southern cliffs, beyond the westward. Make sure you're armed, it's a long journey, and there are dangers in the woods and those things creeping about at night. Move the map card 304, then take quest item M2, which are going to be these honeydew flowers, I think. So he wants us to go and get some honeydew flowers before we can do anything. He does sell empty bottles. Do we want an empty bottle or do we want honeycomb? I don't think so. So that is another part of that quest done. So we know we need to go south, very, very far south. I wonder if we can even fit, hopefully we can fit that, most of that on this. We'll see how we get on with that. Now we'll have a little look. Are there any more quests? So we did that one. So we're looking for anyone with T, and we're looking for anyone with H at the moment. And then we're looking for a witch in the Greywood, which is the one to the west. We'll wait 3 days for the zeal check. And that's to go into the caverns, which we're not ready for. That's to give Nuth some fish. Okay, so we're going to do this U1, which is Abbott. We're going to take that order, brush order, back to the Tanners. Eli. No. Eli? Yes. Can't remember what his name is. Now, we could go further along. No, let's continue down here. Don't think there's much else we need to do. That, so let's go down 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. So let's do a half an hour. Do we need to go to the wood shop? No, I don't think so. So we've got 12 hours left in the day out of 16. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's the tailors. That's the tailors at 10. Yeah, we need to go one more across. We need 102. Yeah, 102 to get to the tailors. Is that on the way? It's just about on. 11 steps. 102. Double check. Just go to the buildings deck. I don't think they ever really. 102. 102. 102 is the tannery, which is Eli. See that? Maybe not. Okay, that's fine. Tannery and Eli. So we find Eli. Where is he? Where are you, Eli? He's right at the back. Okay. So we're looking for U3. So yes, he does have U3 on him. Okay. So we go and see what he has to say. So he says, "My thanks to you, traveller, though I must ask of you one more favour. Would you mind taking this order along with this old brush to Tanib? She's a dab hand at fixing it all up for me. Take quest item U3. Okay, so he is actually not going to be the one making up the new brush. Tanib looks like she's going to be doing it. So we need quest item U3. So we'll just have a look. It's at the back. U3. Aha. So here is the old brush, not looking super great. So we've got the horsehair from Abath at the stables, and we're going to take that and the brush package over. So I'll show you what we've got here. These are the two quest items for you. We've got the brush package from Abath and the old brush from Eli that needs fixing. We're going to take them both to Tanib. She's the tailor's wife, so we just need to move one card over to the west, which we've already got going. So that's going to be 12 steps over to the tailor. We're going to get Tanib, so she should have U3. We can find her. Where are you? Tanib's right at the back. So she does have U4, perfect. So let's see what she has to say. She's also got a shop. We can have a little look at what she's got. So she says, "Well now, traveller, making much use of yourself, it seems. What have you there? Another brush? My, he goes through these things quickly. Come back tomorrow and it'll be good as new. Lose item, quest item U2 and U3. Right, so she's going to do it for us. She's got U5, so we need to go back there. We're going to lose the two items, and we'll get a new brush for Eli. A new brush for Eli tomorrow. So again, that's something to remember. Probably should have a little marker on that maybe as well. Okay, so that's that quest. So what we want to do is find someone with H. So we know Tanib doesn't have H, and we know that Zilchek doesn't have H. So maybe we can just keep those away. Eli doesn't have H. Ghetto doesn't have H. Abath and Will don't have H. Isabel's H11. Alan's got H5, so it's neither of those two. So how else have we been anywhere else? We haven't really. I went to the pub. We know Nud doesn't have any. Nude. We know that John and Lily also don't. Have we seen anyone else today? Is that one? No. Right. So those are the people we know. We've seen gone to the building. So obviously, what you could do is just go through the deck, finding anyone with H3 on it. But if you can explore, and that's sort of the way to do it, because you also get to find out maybe who's in these other buildings. So we know we're at the tailor's. We can go to the shop next door. So that's one half hour. We haven't not been to the shop yet. So we can go to the shop and have a little chat, see if there's anything going on at the shop. So we take our building card. 104. Let's just go to it. 104 is the store. Erith is at the store. Okay, let's find Erith. Put that there. So let's find Erith. Right at the bottom. He does not have H, but he does have X1. Interesting. So we could. Do we want to take on another quest? I guess so. Might as well fill them up. Let's see. Here's Erith. X1, X4, Intimidation, Sneak, Gold, same as usual. He's got a lot in the store. He is called the store. He's the store owner. He sells worms, lantern oil, an empty bottle, rope, a bedroll, a shovel, lantern, a gold pan right underneath there, a cooking pot, a new fishing rod, a fishing net, and a grand fishing rod. So things cost quite a lot of money. Yeah, we haven't learnt the cooking skill, so there's no point getting a cooking pot. We could get a new fishing rod if we had 50 gold. That would be useful at some point, but it's a bit later on down the line. We can always buy worms. So instead of foraging for worms, we can just buy worms, which is quite helpful, but not great. You do need lantern oil and a lantern. A lantern won't work unless it has at least one lantern oil with it. This gets used up. Only lasts one night, the lantern oil. So one time use. So you need that to go into the caverns, which we could go into the caverns, but we'd have to buy a lantern and lantern oil. Or you can buy an empty bottle, which is only 10 gold, and then go into the woods at night and try to catch glow bugs. You need 5 of them in one bottle, and that can also work. They will also only last one day, or one time use kind of thing. So you have to get all 5 in one night, and then they will get used up by the end of when you use it. So we could do that. How much gold have we got? We only got 16 gold in. We can't afford anything here really. We could buy some rope. You need rope to go into the cavern as well to get out again. But he does have X1. Maybe let's have a look at quest X. Let's have a look at quest X. So we've got a lot of quests still here we haven't taken on. Like I said, the letters of the alphabet, so there are 26 of them. Let's try to find quest VX. X. Okay, so it's quite a short quest by the looks of things. Is it just 4 cards? Yeah, just 4 cards for quest X. Let's have a look at what Erith has to say. So he says, "Well met, traveller. How may I help you today? Looking for work, you say? Odd jobs? Well, I've just got this new shipment that needs to be delivered. Only a small job, mind, but I'll pay you for the service. I have this rope to go up to the stables, and this bag of bags for the farm." "My thanks. Take quest item X1 and X2. So just a simple job there, it seems like. We can do that. We've got the farm and the stables we can easily go to. And we can also now say that he does not have any quest H on him. So let us put that into our quest tracker for now. So that's 9 quests we've got going on. In that goes. But this should be reasonably quick. So quest items X1 and X2. X1 and X2. Okay. Nice and easy. Let's have a look at those. So just as he said, we have got some rope and a bag of bags. Bag of bags for the farm, was it? Let's have a look. Rope to the stables, bag to the farm. So they go. We'll go to the farm first, and then the stables. Okay. Let's go one more over at the bakery. 2 steps to see if Eleanor has quest H on her. So I know that Eleanor is the baker. She is H4 and H9. That we're not H2 unfortunately, so we know we can go back to her. I've said before in previous streams that this game would be good for journaling because you keep track of the day and night and all the things you can get up to. Can be quite random and a bit fun, and the progression system, you know, start off very weak and you get quite strong by the end of it. So I think, and also making notes of quests and little things like that can be very useful. So she is part of H but not H2. Okay, fine. Do we want to go to the inn? I don't think so. No. Oh, unless we want to talk to the people at the inn. Yes, let's talk to the people at the inn then. So we want map card 106. 106. 106. We've already taken those apples, I think, from the previous one. 107 to the inn. Yeah, so I said before I need a bit of a node system like I've got a tracker really. So 3-4 steps just so we can remember which nodes we've used, although it's not super important, especially not with apple trees. They only give you 1 health. But I guess it can be important because you can use apples, 5 apples plus a bit of gold, and you can get someone to make you a pie, which will give you quite a lot of health back. So 107 is going to be Merwin, yes, she's the innkeeper. And then we've got, who else was there? John was there. John, Ivan, not John. Just double check that. Card 107. So there were 2 for that. Let's just double check. Show you what that looks like. I think it's just 3 people. Yeah, it's Ivan, not John. John's in the pub. So there we go. This is another one where we've got 2 cards for the one building. We've got the ground floor, we've got Ina and Merwin, and then on the first floor we've got Ivan. So those are the only 3 people in the inn. Put that back. Right, we're looking for H2. Well, let's start with Merwin. She does not have any H. She doesn't have anything we can use. Ivan, no. Ina, H3 for Ina. Oh, H3 is what we want. H3 is what we want, not H2. H2 is where we already are. Ina is the lady we want. There we go. Yeah, fantastic. Right. Yes, Ina. So we're looking for the necklace. Right. Let's see what Ina has to say about that. Okay, so we've gone up to the inn. Ina is the lady we're looking for. So she says, well now, I've just been to see Eleanor at the bakery, and she has herself a lovely little silver necklace, though I don't recall seeing the pendants. I wouldn't go in all hasty, but maybe an idea to have a chat though, unless you've got any better ideas. Okay, well there we go. So we can go back to Eleanor now then. So this is good. Right, let's put all these back. So we found out who we needed to progress that. She's given us another clue. Eleanor has got a necklace, but is it the one we need? 4, 5, 6 steps back to the bakery. We will talk to Eleanor. I'll get her little card up. Maybe it's quite nice to have the card up with the text so we can see who's talking. Okay, so there's Eleanor. Back to the bakery. Ina has told us you've got a necklace. Eleanor, is it a... Did you steal it? Let's see what she says. My necklace? Well, it is a bit odd, I must say. I was given it by young Owen, Gallad's son, the blacksmith, that is. He said it was on behalf of his pa, apparently. Very odd, but I thought it rude not to accept the gift. It does have a heart pendant, but you see, these come off the trading ships rather regularly, so I'm not sure if it's the same one you say Isabel's lost. There is no anchor, either. Okay. So we don't... Yeah, it was a heart and anchor. Was it heart and anchor? Let's see what Alan said. He said... Yeah, it has an anchor and a heart pendant. So we got the heart pendant bit, but not an anchor bit. So she said... Owen. She was given it by Owen, Gallad's son. So... Okay, so we can go to the pub, tell Alan maybe of some news. He might have some ideas. Well, we can tell her that she's got it, and then we'll see if he has anything to say, and then we can go on our way to the blacksmith. Then we also wanted to go to the farm and to the stables to deliver things. Right, let's go to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 to the pub. We're going to talk to Alan. Tell him that Eleanor does have a necklace. I don't know if Alan... Does he have H5? He does have H5. Okay, so he's got something to say. You got something to say, Alan, about this. Okay. Ooh, we get a reward. I've just seen that. So, we're going back to Alan to let him know what's going on. You don't have to do this. You could just go straight to Owen. But it's on the way for us anyway, so we stopped off to double check. He does have H5. Eleanor. No, not sure about that, Traveller. Between you and me, those necklaces are quite easy to come by from those merchants off the ships. You usually have a whole heap of them to choose from. I can just get her a new one when the next ship comes in. My thanks for trying, though, Traveller. Reward 10 gold. And you could just leave it there as well. But I think we're going to have a little chat with Owen as well. So we get 10 gold. That is good. Always good. And then we'll go up to the farm, then the stables, because otherwise we're going to forget that quest. Let's get our 10 gold. That's going to put us up to 26. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we've got some gold for the little quest there, but it hasn't ended. It's just we could end it, but we're not going to. We're going to find Owen and see if he has anything to say. Well, before we do that, we're going to do Eris. We're going to go up to the farm and the stables, because otherwise I'm going to forget. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Did we do the half hour? No, we're going to do that's half hour. Okay. Farm 69 is what we want. So we find that. Yep. 70. 71. There's the farm. So, farm is the bag of bags. 4, 5, 6 steps. So, bag of bags. So we're talking quest X. Take quest X. So let's... Tam is the farm people. Farmer, even. And the farmer's wife, I think, is Sarah. Does it say to give up to Tam? I have this... it just said to the farm, so it could not be Tam, it could be Sarah. Is it Sarah? Or was it Gwyneth? Gwyneth? No, it's Tam and Sarah, yes. So let's have a look at those two. do either of them have X2? Well, let's have a look. So, yeah, Sarah's got X2. T5. Ooh, she's T. Oh, we want T. Okay. Tam is not so useful. We've got quest K. K3 we just done. Yeah, he's got K5. Right, so Sarah's helpful. Let's have her out. So first of all, X2. We're going to give you the bag of bags. I'll put her next to what she says. I think that's quite nice to be able to see. Right, Sarah, what you want your bag of bags? So she says, wonderful, yes, we need these for shearing season. We've honestly too many of the fluffy fellows. Many thanks, traveller. Okay, lose quest item X1. Very simple. So that's the bag of bags. X1, take this and that can go away. Good. That's her. Now she's also got quest T5, which we were looking for. So we can leave X there because we need that in a minute. T5 was another quest that we were been working on. Let's refresh our memory on what T5 was all about. Quest T, a shipment of mead has been missing. Oh yeah, and when we got the, we found some rope, leather strap. We found a leather strap, and then Eli, because he is the tanner, identified it as a glove lace. So lace from a glove. He said he made it mainly for women, so we were then going to go and have a chat to some ladies to find if they've got anything they can say. So now we have Sarah. She's got T5. So what does she say about this mysterious shipment of mead? Shh. Yes, okay, yes. It's from my glove. Not so loud, please. Let me explain. I didn't take that shipment, but I did see who did. It was late and dark out, but I know what I saw, and that was Arthur, Marin's husband, carrying the whole crate as if it were nothing. I thought it strange, a bit suspicious even, so I followed him a little while, but then those creatures started lurking around, so I ran for it. Caught my glove on some thorns, nearly took the whole glove off. You can't blame me for that. Look, please, take this and don't tell anyone. Lose quest item T4, reward 1 apple pie. I'll take the apple pie. Apple pies. Well, I'm hoping they... Oh, so we lose... Okay, so we lost the quest item. She's got a glove lace back. Put that back. And we have a bit more information about this missing shipment of mead. Right, what are we getting from her? Apple pie. Right, let's go and get some apple pie from the food chips section. Okay, we'll find apple pie, berry pie, meats. So you can cook meat to various different degrees. Is apple pie going to be with the berry pies, do we think? It's just berry pie, that one. Let's try an apple pie. No. Mead, sandwich, fresh veg, mushroom pie, eat apple pie. There we go. Don't need that. So apple pie restores 10 health. That's a lot. And it's important that the items you eat do a lot of... How many do over time? Oh, over time. Okay, we've got to finish up. It's important the items you eat give you a lot of health back per item, because you only have 6 slots you can access and you can't stack anything in your pouch. Put the apple pie in my satchel. Okay, right, so we progress this. Let's carry on up. We're going to continue that one. We'll keep it out so we remember. So we've done that one. So we're going up to the stables. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1 over to the stables. Abath has got X3, hopefully. Look for Abath. Where are are you? No. Oh, Will then. Will have it. Will. You got X3? Yes. Will is Abba's son. So we'll see what Will has to say about getting his rope. It says hi. Oh, thanks, but we don't need it anymore. Eris still paid up, but tell you what, you keep it. You never know when some rope comes in handy. Lose quest item X2 and take 1 rope chits. Well, it's a good job we didn't buy any rope. We just gained some free rope. That means we just need a lantern and some lantern oil or some glow bugs. Then we could go in the cavern. So that's okay. So that's not the end. We can go back to Eris to finish that quest off, which we'll try to do. We're trying to get to rope. Do we have... Ah, there's rope. Rope. Okay. So this will get used... Does it get used up? Yeah, this gets used up for every use as well. Let's put rope in our satchel. Got the apple pie. And I might just... put the apple pie in my pouch quickly. Okay. Right, so Sarah, so we need, Merwin's husband for tea, and then we'll go back to, and then we've got Owen, we need to confront him. We don't have time for doing that really. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. We're going to go to the inn first. So another half hour. Where's the hole for that one? Ah, there we go. Okay, so Merwin. Right, I see. So fine. Shouldn't have put that back. Right. Merwin's husband was carrying the crate. But Merwin's husband does not have a card. He's a unseen person. He is the drunkard. As Merwin. He is the drunkard you help at the beginning. If you go back to stream number 1, we helped out a drunk guy. Does she have what we're looking for? T6, yes. And he was a drunk guy. Well, let's have a little look here. Merwin. Right, what's going on with your husband, Merwin? My husband, well, he's ill. Needs rest is all. Take T7 if using intimidation. Okay, we've got intimidation level 1. What's Merwin's intimidation level is 3. So we need to have 3 or higher to intimidate her, which we cannot do. But we do know it is the Harbour Master's sons. What are they called? Lewis and Theron. They taught us intimidation when we were talking to Nuth or Nud. But so we can't do anything with that at the moment because the intimidation, that's an example of the quest blocking us until we do something to advance our character beforehand. So let's go over to the store. 3, 4, 5. I think it's the one next to the bakers and just yes. Right. Shop owner was Erith. Hopefully he's got a reward for us. X4. That would be nice. We've done a little errand for him. I'm pretty sure he said there would be a reward. Let's see what he says. Okay, so he says, very good, thank you, traveller. Saved me a small adventure. Please take this for a job well done. Don't go getting caught out at night. Those creatures stalking about are not to be trifled with lightly. Make sure you're armed. And the reward is 1 lantern oil plus 10 gold. Okay, so it's not a lantern, but it's some lantern oil. That's something. And 10 gold, which is also good. So that brings us, we've got 20 gold this stream. We'll be up to 36. I forgot to do it for 20. We'll do that. Just put 10 in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 36 gold. That feels a lot better than just 6. Yes. That can go back. Right, 36. That's better. More like it. Okay, and that quest is done. Quest 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 has all been finished. That can go back. Good, that's the quest done. How are we doing? Time 10 past. Okay, we'll make a stop here. What we're gonna go to Owen. We can move to the inn just to sort of 6, 7, 8 steps. We'll go to the inn just so that's a card we can start from next time. Next week? No, actually. So I'll just show we've got the rope. We need to have a rope chits. That's right. We will take the rope chits. Did we do that? No, we did do that. We did do that. That's fine. We took the rope chit. I think that was it, right? Yeah, that's fine. Okay, we're stopped off there. We can lose the quest item of the rope. That's what we'll get rid of. Don't need that anymore. That means we've only got one quest item of the beeswax order, and we were supposed to get the honeydew flowers far south. So we need to do that. And then we need to go to see Owen as well. We'll do that. Okay, so we'll pack up. I'll show you how we pack up. We'll just put away the building and character cards first, because we don't need those out at the moment. Okay, so we make little piles from east to west or west to east, and then we'll put them away into the right corresponding map card sections. So 66 to 71. Like I said, going east to west or west to east is always going to be sequential, so it's quite easy to make the put the cards together. We haven't done any foraging. We could do some foraging. Foraging is good for worms and crickets for fishing, but at the moment fishing does take quite a long time, so it's not something you want to do until I've got enough money to pay off the inn. So the in payment at the moment is 50, which is quite a lot, but I think it is quite good to be that high. It makes it quite difficult at the beginning to do a lot of other stuff, which I think is good. It slows the pace down a little bit. I quite like that personally. Do we need? Yeah, 53 to 66. Okay, anything else? No. 102. Yeah, 112. Yeah, 122. 29, and that's that. Then we've got 7 and 8. Okay, oh, we didn't do the view. We could have done that. Oh well. Right, that's how long it takes to pack up. Less than 5 minutes. And what we'll also do is put our card that we were on, put it there, and we've done 8 steps on tracker. So that's how we keep everything together, so we remember it for next time. We have got everything we need. It's still tracked here with our chits, and that's about it. We've got everything tracked on our tracker as well. So there we go. So thanks very much for watching. I'll be back next week, Monday to Thursday, 7 PM UK time, for the next few months. I really appreciate any kind of feedback at all. It'd be really great to get some of that. But thanks very much. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.